What's good, YouTube? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Q, aka the Wave Man here with the WaveMonopoly.com to bring you guys another tutorial on today's how to get the perfect reverb. We're gonna teach you how to get y'all reverb from sounding like this. Try to find some light in my life, so I stay at the moon. Sounding like this. Try to find some light in my life, so I stay at the moon. The easy way. And did I mention we got a couple free tools to make this extra easy for you guys? Stay tuned. Let's get into it. Yay! Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be going over, as the title says, how to get the perfect reverb. All right, guys? Now, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the perfect reverb by going over a couple key parameters and a couple tips and tricks that the pros like to use, all right? So the first thing that we're going to be going over is pre-delay and decay time, all right, guys? We'll get more into depth in that in a second. The next thing I'm going to be showing you guys is how to actually kind of carve out your reverb so it has a space in the track, all right? We don't want our reverb taking up too much space in the track, and we don't want it clashing with the other instruments and the other vocals that we're having in the track, all right, guys? We want that perfect mix. We want that perfect cohesion, so we're going to be going over carving out that space as well. And we're going to be going over how to get that reverb to sound larger than life, all in this tutorial, man. Let's get right into this. So the vocal that we're going to be going over today, guys, is a vocal that comes from the preset Posty, all right? This is on WaveMonopoly.com. We have presets for all type of DAWs, guys. Make sure you check that out if you need any vocal preset or vocal change to make your vocals sound better or like this. Make sure you check it out, man. WaveMonopoly.com. We got it for both stock and waves, so we have something for you guys, all right? What we're going to be using right now, guys, is the factory preset, default preset that it comes with, okay? Let's just go and kind of catch a vibe of what we can get when we first start off and what a lot of you might be starting off with when you're using your reverbs. And we're going to actually show you guys how to get your reverbs in time. Now that is the key, guys. We want our reverbs in time so that these reverbs aren't clashing with each other. They're not clashing with the next phrase. They're not clashing with other vocals under them, guys. We want just enough reverb to carry us through the song and sound full, not dull, and sound natural. But we don't want too much reverb to drown out our vocals and take away from that clarity that we always want and precision in these tracks. So let's go ahead and listen to how this reverb sounds with, like I said, a factory presetted reverb from Valhalla. Let's get it. Try to find some light in my life, so I stay at the moon. And you know the truth. Try to all right, that doesn't sound bad, all right? And a lot of people will just go ahead and smack this reverb on and call it a day. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna show you how to get the perfect reverb. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna focus on is called pre-delay. As you can see right here, guys, is pre-delay. Now, what's pre-delay? Pre-delay is basically the time from you hear your direct sound source, which in this case is our voice. So when we start singing to when you hear the first early reflection of the reverb come in, okay? So if we say, ha, when you hear that first reverb come in, is pre-delay, okay, guys? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now is exaggerate all this so you can really understand what I'm saying when I talk about pre-delay. So we're gonna start at the fastest, which is 0 milliseconds, all right, which is just reverb is gonna be on it as soon as you hear the first sound of the vocal, okay? And then we're gonna move it all the way further. Then we're gonna make the pre-delay a lot higher so that you're able to hear that vocal start and the early reflections come in. Let's get into it. Try to find some light in my life, so I stay at the moon. All right, that's with the pre-delay super fast. Now let's go ahead and throw way back here, guys, and listen to how the vocal starts and then the pre-delay or the early reflection more so comes in a little bit later, and this adds a lot more clarity because you're able to actually hear your voice and that transient and that consonant sound before the reverb starts to drown everything out. Let's get into it. Try to find some light in my life, so I stay at the moon. All right, guys, I know you heard that. Listen to it back if you have to, but you heard the tra, and then you heard the early reflection come in, okay, guys? Now that's pre-delay. Now what we need to do is find the on-time pre-delay that works for our song. So in this case, guys, that takes math, all right? And I'm sure you guys heard about it. If you haven't already, guys, listen. We're not going to get into that today. We're going to make this super easy for you guys because what we have done at Wave Monopoly is created a free calculator for you guys to use at your whenever you want, all right? So let's get into it, guys. Now, if you do want to learn the technicalities of the reverb, guys, feel free to click the link in the description where this calculator will be. There will be an article as well, so feel free to read that and get fully educated on it. But I'm going to teach you guys the easy way. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing that we're going to have to do is find our BPM, all right? Now, the first thing we're going to do is head to wavemonopoly.com, okay, guys? So, wavemonopoly.com. And what we're going to go to is our music tools, okay? Now, the first thing I said that we have to find is our BPM, because to have anything in time, guys, we have to know our beats per minute, okay? That's what BPM stands for, beats per minute, so that we're able to get everything in time, all right? So we're going to go from getting everything in time, and then we're going to go more so feeling, all right? But let's go to our BPM detector. All you're going to have to do is get your instrumental. Go ahead, click it in here, all right, guys? And go ahead and click upload. Now what this is gonna do, guys, is just automatically get you your BPM. So in this case, let's figure out our BPM. Our BPM is 155, okay? Now this could be in double time or it could be a correct BPM, but either way, guys, you can play around with it. So as you can see now that this is done processing, our BPM is 155, all right? So now that we know our BPM, we're able to start getting the information that we need to get our perfect reverb time. So now that we're gonna go to our reverb time calculator and our decay time calculator, let's go ahead and punch that in. So 155. All right, now what this calculator has done is it's broken down the pre-delay and the decay times by the note times, okay? By our note, our beats per minute, our notes, okay? So we have, like I said, 2 bars, our 2 bars, our 1 bars, our half notes, our 1/4 notes, our 8th notes, 16th notes. Okay, guys, so this gives us options now. This gives us the options to choose in which time do we want our reverbs to be operating at, all right, guys? So now that we have our pre-delay, we're gonna go ahead and choose I think this is in double time, so I think this is about what? So now that we have all of our reverb times, guys, let's go back into our DAW so that we can start adjusting, all right? In this case, guys, I want a longer type of reverb, so I'm gonna go with the Hall 2-bar type of reverb. We're gonna use the pre-delay of 48.39 milliseconds, okay, guys? So let's go ahead and put that in, 48.39. All right, now let's go ahead and listen and how this reverb and pre-delay starts to give us that perfect pre-delay that we're looking for. Let's get it.
Trying to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon, and you know.
All right, now we're just about almost halfway there, okay, guys? The next thing that we're gonna wanna focus on is the decay time. Now, what decay time is basically the time it takes for the reverb, once it starts, to actually die out, okay? So how long it actually stays, how long the reverb tail goes for, all right, guys? So, as you can see in the Valhalla reverb, it's measured in seconds. So, we're gonna go back to our calculator, and since we used the 2-bar, we're gonna go ahead and use this decay time. Since it's in milliseconds, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move the decimals to second points, and we're gonna give it, basically your decimal will go after the first number, okay? So it'll be a 3.048 seconds, all right? So let's go ahead and put that in right now, just to make this fast, just 3 seconds. It's a 3-second reverb, okay? Boom. Now let's go ahead and listen to how this actually stays in between each of these vocals, all right, guys? So let's get into it.
Trying to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon, and you know.
Now listen specifically between those endings of those silence, and you know. Okay, so what this 3 seconds timing is doing for us is filling that space in so we don't have that dull, awkward moments in the music, okay, guys? So let's listen to it right now.
And you know the truth.
All right, you hear how it kind of leads us into that next phrase, which is really good. I like it. It sounds natural. It sounds filling. That's what I'm going for. Now, let me show you what it would be if the decay time was super low. This is what it would sound like.
And you know the truth. Try to find.
it really starts to die out and it doesn't actually it doesn't carry the song, okay, guys? And what we're looking for right now is for this reverb to kind of help us carry that song. So we're gonna go back to 3 seconds with it. I like where it's at, all right? And if you feel like that's a little too much for you, feel free to look at the calculator and you might wanna go down to the 1 bar and might do a 1.5 second decay time, okay? Whatever feels good to you guys, it's about more so how it feels rather than the actual technical numbers. But these are gonna give you great starting points so that you can actually start getting things in time, all right? So we're gonna go with the 3 seconds, okay? Now, after you found that, guys, we're like halfway there, all right? The next thing that we're gonna go ahead and do is when you have a reverb, a lot of times these come with, the reverb starts to add more frequencies, all right? So it might add some harsh tinny frequencies in the high range, and it might be adding some dulling and clashing frequencies in the lower range. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and grab a REQ from Waves, all right? And what we're gonna do is go simply high pass and low pass filters, all right? We're just gonna grab some lows, take them out, and we're gonna go ahead and grab some highs and we're gonna take those out too, all right? What this is gonna do is start to carve our vocal, and this is gonna give us more of a, I don't wanna say dark, but it's gonna darken our reverb so it kind of melts into the track more, okay, guys? So let's listen to it, with and without the EQ. Without first.
Got some light in my life, so I stare at the moon.
With.
And you knew the truth.
It became a lot more smooth, all right, guys? Let's listen to it with the music.
Try to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon. And you knew the truth. Try to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon.
Sounding really good, starting to mesh with the track a lot. We have the reverb times helping us carry these vocals, carry these ambience through the song, and it's starting to feel a lot fuller, all right, guys? The next thing and the last thing that we're gonna go over for now, guys, just to get you guys in the right direction, is getting that larger than life sounding reverb. So what we're gonna do right now is kind of get our stereo image wider, okay? We want our reverbs to sound huge, so let's get into it, guys. What we're gonna be using right now, we're gonna pull up the S1 Imager. And what we're gonna do now is simply start to just widen this reverb so that we can get that larger than life sound, all right, guys? So what we're gonna do is slowly move it up, but we don't wanna move it up way too high because then we're gonna be entering phasing issues and we do not want that, all right? So let's get into it, guys.
Try to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon. And you knew the truth. Try to find some light in my life, so I stare at the moon.
And that's how the pros do it, guys. And that is how you get the perfect reverb, everybody. We gave you guys 2 free tools, which is the BPM Finder, and we got the Reverb Time Calculator, all right, guys? So, what you waiting on? Get to mixing, man. You already know what time it is, man. Shout out to you guys for watching every time, guys. Thank you guys for supporting Wave Monopoly. We'll see you guys in the next tutorial. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is, man. Dozos!